Hello family, welcome back to our channel. This is Monica from Imania by Design, and I'm so thrilled to have you here with me today. To all of our amazing returning viewers, thank you so much for coming back to join us. Your support means so much to me. And to all our first time viewers, I'd like to extend a warm welcome to you. Whether you're a seasoned crafter or somebody who's just getting started, you're in for a treat. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you'll never miss out when we upload new content. Also, you can scan the on-screen QR code or click the link in the description below to check out our Etsy shop. It's your one-stop shop where you'll find reasonably priced quality crafting supplies for a wide array of your DIY crafting projects. So today I'm excited to share something that's close to my heart. It's a keepsake candle making tutorial. And this project is more than just wax and wicks for me. These candles hold a special place in my heart because I created them for a candle lighting ceremony at our elders' blessing banquet. So each step in making this keepsake candle is a cherished memory for me. It's a symbol of love and honor and respect. So I want to share how you can make your own. Now for this project, I used a Ashland brand 6-inch pillar candles, uh, and I used the color ivory for this project. And I got these candles from Michael's. And so I measured the candle to determine that I needed my image size to be 5 inches by 5 inches. And I created my image in Canva. So I uploaded my image that I wanted to use on the front of the candle, and I added text. If you need to know which fonts I use, just leave me a comment in the description, or excuse me, in the comment section below, and I'd be happy to share with you which fonts that I used to create this image. Otherwise, you can use whichever font you prefer to use. Once I got my image and my text the way I liked it, I went ahead and downloaded the image, and I downloaded it as a PDF print because I printed them out on my Epson inkjet printer. And I went ahead and downloaded it. And saved it. And then we'll get ready to print it. So when you are creating your keepsake candle, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to get tissue paper. Now I used the French vanilla color because I chose an ivory candle, and you can use white. If you're using a white candle, you may be able to use white on an ivory colored candle. I'm really not sure about that, so I'm not going to speak on that. I used vanilla because I chose an ivory candle because that just kind of made sense to me. But what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to use a piece of cardstock. And so what I did was I cut the tissue paper just so that it would overlap the cardstock, because what we're going to do is we are going to put the tissue paper on top of the cardstock. The first thing you need to do, tissue paper usually comes with folds in it, and that doesn't really matter if you're wrapping a present or you're using it in a gift bag. But for this particular project, you don't want those creases and folds. So you're literally going to iron your tissue paper. Did you know you could iron tissue paper? If you didn't know, now you know. So I put my little iron on. This is just a small crafting iron that I got from Walmart. And I put it on like a medium high setting. And I am just running that over the tissue paper. Now you're not going to get every single crease out, but you're going to get you're just going to want to get it as flat as possible. Just get as many of the wrinkles out as you can, because it's going to matter in the printing process. And so you can see that it didn't get the creases completely out, but it did get it out well enough, get the creases out well enough for me to be able to complete this portion of the project. So I am just laying the cardstock on top of the tissue paper. And so I just have some regular Scotch tape handy. And I'm trying to be really careful at this point, because if you don't get that tissue paper on here just right, it could get caught in your printer. So just be careful. And I'm just adding a little Scotch tape. You see I folded it over, and you'll want to make sure that you pull that tissue paper tight enough so that it will feed into your printer without problems. And I'm trying to pull that tissue paper as tight as I can. want the tissue paper to become one with the cardstock. Now I've seen this done a few different ways, but this way seems to work best for me. So I just kind of snip the corner off because again, I'm wanting to eliminate any bulkiness, and I just want that tissue paper to lay as flush as possible to the cardstock. And again, I'm being really careful to get it just as tight as possible, because trust me, if you ever try this project, you will see that it really does matter. You have to be careful. So sometimes there are imperfections in the tissue paper, but just to make sure that if you do have, it's okay if it has imperfections, just make sure it doesn't interfere with the printing of your image. Okay, so just pay attention to which way is up as far as your printer feed goes. And we've got our image, and we're just going to print it out. And it's just the regular setting. I didn't change the settings, the paper settings at all. And we printed it. Now, you can see I changed the picture because there was nothing wrong with what I printed, but just for I just happened to find a picture that I liked better. So I just changed out my picture. Process is absolutely still the same. So you can see that I printed a front and a back for the candle. It's just a little memorial saying on the back, and the photo is on the front. So now what I'm doing is I am taking wax paper. Now, wax paper usually has a front and a back. So you've got a back that doesn't have wax on it, and one side has wax on it and the other side doesn't. Now this is not parchment paper. This is wax paper. Do not use parchment paper. This is not going to work on parchment paper because you're actually going to use the wax from the wax paper to help to seal in your image. So I removed the packaging from the candle, and I measured out the wax paper to make sure that I had enough, because you're going to be using the back of the wax paper as to hold that wax paper in place. So you're going to need to make sure that you cut off enough wax paper. So you can see me kind of bunching it up in the back. So that's how you hold it. Now I'm using a heat gun, and what you don't want to do is put your heat gun on high and start. This is a process. So you do not want to start with your heat too high. I just started maybe with a medium high heat, and that's important because if you put too much heat on a candle, obviously you're going to mess the candle up in ways that the wax is going to melt in ways that you don't want it to melt. So you want to do slow and steady wins the race on this project. So you can see that I'm moving that the heat around on the camera. Small circles back and forth, just moving it around as I'm holding. Now the wax side of the wax paper is against the image on the candle, because in essence what we're doing is we are melting the wax that's on the wax paper onto the image, and so that's sealing it in place. So you can kind of see here, now this is sped up, so it doesn't happen this quickly, but you can kind of see where it's turning dark, and that's the wax melting onto the image. And so I'm just working small areas, using back and forth motions and in small circles as this wax is melting. And it looks like I'm kind of checking it out to see the progress, and I am, but I'm also giving my hand a rest because, again, this is not a quick process. It's not hard, but it's not a quick process. And you can see the more that the wax melts, the darker that image gets. This is what you want to see. And make sure you hold that wax paper completely flush against the candle. That's important too. You have to hold it. That wax paper has to be tight on the candle so that that wax melts evenly. Okay, now we're going to check. You can still see a little bit of that tissue paper at the bottom. So it's coming along nicely, but I'm not there yet. So what I did was I cut another piece of fresh wax paper so that I could do the bottom because it had gotten a little bunched up. Again, you want that wax paper to lay completely flat. Now that's better. Just inspecting it, feels nice and smooth, looks nice and smooth. Now I'm just adding the second side. You just position your tissue paper image onto the back. And there you have it. And these are the Keepsake candles. They turned out beautiful. They're very special to our family. The elders were quite moved at the Keepsake candles and how well they turned out. Again, it's just a symbol of respect and honor and love for the elders in our family who have gone on before us. So I really appreciate you watching. Thank you so much for watching. And again, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, like, leave us a comment, click on the notification bell so that you'll know when we upload new content. Visit our Etsy shop. You can scan this QR code or click the link in the description below to check us out on Etsy. And we really, really appreciate you watching. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.